Okay, finally, finally. I think we are ready to actually update the UI for the conversation we are having with whoever we are having it with. And so, I know, we've talked about it a lot. But look, we have all the sent messages, we have the received messages. I can log in to whatever user, I can send the messages to this Mr. Jeff Astor and say, hello there, sir. Hello there, me. And then I can log into Mr. Jeff Astor. I think it's my SimonTech.Huskies one. I give them all different names so I don't forget exactly who I am. Okay, and I say, why hello to you, which is also myself. And so in this case, if I log back in, I should have sent and received messages. So if I go over here, click over there, great. So now I have sent and received messages. And oh wait, no, I don't. Oh, I do, right here. Sent and received. So one of them does, and that's all that matters. What's good about that is that when I actually display these messages here, we want to have it appear like the Android Messenger, where the messages from the recipient are on this side and have like a little icon indicating who I'm talking to. And the messages from myself are over here, indicating that it's me. And to do that, we're actually going to do that right down here. Now, again, I'm going to show you the kind of wrong way to do it, a way that works, but we'll see the complications with it when we do it. And then I'm going to show you the right way to do it, and we'll talk about how to do that in a second. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is we need to go down to this part called conversation content. You see this thing right here, this conversation content unordered list? That's where we're going to put all of our list items. And so we're going to need to select that at the top of our UI file, conversation content. And so I'm going to go up to the very top and I'm going to say, same thing, const conversation, what are we going to call this? Conversation list? Anyone have like a really compelling name they just have to call this? Yeah. Did I already call it conversation list? Did I already create it? Oh, I did. You're right. Cool. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to say conversation list. So since we already have the conversation list, right, we should probably at the very beginning, we should say conversation list, because whenever we are updating the UI for the current conversation, we should start by resetting it to an empty string. Am I right? So we don't have to do that later? Yes? Doesn't matter? Okay. And then we are going to come down here and we're going to collect both the sent and the received messages into one array. We're going to say const all messages are equal to the sent messages dot concat received messages. Now what this does is it takes this array and it takes this array and it attaches them together back to back and it stores them in an entirely new array. Now there's a problem with this, but I'm not going to go over it yet. I'm just going to now loop over all the messages and say for each message, we are going to pass that message to a function. We're going to say insert into, let's say insert message into UI. And I want you to go in and try and take and write this function right now. I want you to write this function for a second. Function insert message into UI, which takes the message, and I want you to put it into the conversation list right there. And you'll notice immediately what our problem is when you start thinking through this. So take a few seconds, try it out at your table, and then let's talk. Yeah, you notice that? There's all kinds of things wrong with the way we did this. Now you could have just gone in there and say something like conversation list.inner HTML is equal to, now what would you say for the message? Would you just say message? Or would you say, yes, exactly, look at the database. In the message, it's an object with recipient, sender, text, and timestamp. And this timestamp sucks. It's not good, it's a string, it's not gonna help us yet. Yeah, so you'll notice that like, we're gonna have a bunch of problems here, but let's just do it this way and then I'll show you how we're gonna fix everything. Cool? So yeah, let's do it the bad way. Let's do it the worst way, then we'll do it a bad way, and then we'll do it a good way, and then we'll do it a better way. So the first thing we're gonna say is we're gonna say message.text. And let's do it like this. Because it's an inner HTML, we need it to be a list item, right? So let's do it like so. Let's use those backticks, template strings. Let's insert the message.text, and let's see how this looks when we actually do this. Cool. Uh-oh, something go wrong? Assignment to constant variable. Uh-oh, what did I do here? What did I do? I reassigned something to a constant? Where did I do that? Ah, yes, you were right. Conversation list. That is an HTML element. I need to inner HTML it. Oops. Cool. Did I fix you? Ah, cool. Another message. Yay. Hooray. Oh, what? Let's try that again. Hello there, me. Hooray. Oh, you noticed that? Now, each time, first of all, we are replacing the inner HTML with the last message. So we can fix it. That was the worst way. Now we'll do it a still terribly bad way by doing plus equals. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, cool. At least we're seeing all the messages from the database come up here, right? And every time we click on a different person. But who is sending the text message? Who is it from, and how do we know? Ah, yeah. Also, are we sure these are in order? I'm good. And notice how if I click enter, nothing changes. I have to go somewhere else, enter some stuff, and then go back for it to appear. And notice how every time I write a text, it goes to the top. Is that what I want? Are they even in the same order as the first time I saw them? Look at that. I typed that in last, and it's in the middle. Oh boy. This is the problem with not using timestamps and not ordering things correctly. So we're going to go back in and make a bunch of adjustments here, and we're going to fix all of this. How does that sound? Sounds great? Cool. I'm going to stop this video, and we're going to do that again in a sec. Let's do it.